Greetings, I am Lies.
And I am Scandal.
And let's play a game together. Let's have our lips almost touch together.
Yay!
So we were noticing something, which we noticed a little bit earlier, about 2 episodes back, which this piano music seems to have gotten real loud, but the piano player is very happy to be brand new on shift.
Oh, yeah.
Is that they have stopped doing choices in reference to Rena, in reference to what would be either premium or at least option actions in the past.
Yes.
Where should we touch her, should we not, should we do fill in the blank, should we not, and I'm hoping this one will be a choice of kiss her or not, which the answer is going to be no, because that is a creep-ass move to do after you just about suffocated her face off, even if that's not canon. But we've been real physically invasive, and I'm wondering if it's kind of a thing of going, we want to convince you that you can keep playing these games and you'll still get cute and connective and basically interactive moments without paying for the premium stuff.
Right.
And so I'm kind of wondering about that. At any rate, our lips are almost touching. Then the door opens and the nurses come bursting in because the xylophonist really did hit the emergency call button before he yeeted out the door because he saw that I was suffocating Rena. I returned to my original position of not leaning over her creepily and really straining my ability to support myself in this wheelchair without it either tipping over or me hurting my leg or just rolling the hell away. Because I am unskilled at wheelchair. We just seemed flustered by what almost happened, except for nothing almost happened.
Except that she looked kind of furious.
She looked pissed as hell at you. Me, I'll lean in really close and just while my hand is over your face, just stare at you and realize your bodily autonomy wouldn't be your own if I moved forward further.
Yeah, actually, I think that has to be one of the weirdest things I have ever seen. We're going like, that was not a happy, exclusive, anime face of going, I'm going to imply consent, even though, honestly...
Or I'm going to give body language consent. Because you can do body language consent, especially if you're very familiar with someone. Like they're your active partner, they've consented to you many times, and you approach them with body language, and they go body language, But you really have to know each other. Like, consent doesn't have to be verbal, but it needs to be clear.
This is one of those things where you could be like, consent is very complicated sometimes. And sometimes, guess what? People misinterpret things, and that's not okay. And sometimes, it
has to be okay to misinterpret, because we can't always help it. Like, it has to be okay
It's not okay that it happened, kind of thing, of going like, it's not okay that was
someone's boundaries were violated.
Yes.
But that's kind of... The thing is, if your boundaries are violated, it is important for you to be able to say so, and it's important for them to get the fuck out of your face. I mean, to stop doing so.
Yeah.
If there is a miscommunication, such as I go up to my friend Scandal and I go, hand on shoulder, how are you? And Scandal's like, whoa, don't touch me right now. I'm not into any physical contact. For them to be like, I will shrug away, or be like, dude, whoa. And me go, oh, sorry, didn't realize that wasn't the space.
Yes.
And again, it is appropriate to apologize when you violate someone's space. But she seemed flustered by what apparently almost happened, which was, I'm not sure what her dying was what almost happened.
Hello! Am I interrupting something?
I've been eavesdropping at the door for, oh my god, this music. The pianist was just like, this is the Louisa music. That's amazing, and I love
This is the
that.
cheeky shit music.
This is the, she's here to ruin your fun.
Or, you were almost caught. Honestly, I think that's always a really interesting thing where sometimes, there's a lot of stories that involve basically the anxiety of almost being found out.
Or of you not being allowed to be found out. Even if it's not almost being found out, it's just being the whole relationship being taboo or having to be sneaky. Or, what if someone finds out, even if it's not an immediate situation, it's just like, we're not supposed to be doing this. All right. You know what? The ventilation over your, room door is off the rails. That is a serious amount of ventilation going on.
Also, though, the door is tiny, so I imagine either Louisa has giant heels on, she's stepping on something, or she's just huge right now.
A little of both. She's probably about a good, 5'10", and wears 6-inch heels, so she can tower over everybody. I think that is, one of the best views we've gotten of that side of the room, though.
Yes.
So, good job, and probably one of the furthest down shots we've gotten of Louisa herself.
Yes.
Going, look, knees. Oh.
Actually, yes, definitely knees.
Knees. All right, so, is she interrupting something? I say as Rena is pinned in a chair by my wheelchair being in front of her legs, sideways, because I had to get my propped up leg out of the way.
Yep.
And me leaning over her with my hand still on her face if I turn to my original position, which is the position where I was wiping the tears away from her face.
I don't know.
Or the original position before I reached up with a hand to wipe the tears away from her face. No.
To my non-intimate position.
No. I'm completely unsuspicious, and nothing untoward was happening. And this person is, and this is Daisies in the Meadow. Do, 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 do. Like, this music is just so...
Uh-huh.
Come in, Louisa, since you're
already in?
It's
My God.
fine. Louisa enters with a glass of juice somewhere on her person.
Oh, God. Excuse me, she pops it out of her bra. I got it.
It's not a glass, it's a bottle of
Oh,
juice.
no. It came out of her little fanny pack.
Yep, her fanny pack.
She has a glass, and she has a little bottle, and she squeezes juice into it and hands...
She squeezes it out of the bottle?
Uh-huh.
The squeeze bottle?
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's not like a pour bottle, it's a squeeze bottle?
Yeah, it's a squeeze.
That's amazing. Just...
Yeah, because it's just...
bang it in a glass. Like a bartender.
Can you imagine her just really chill, picking it up? Just look at you smile.
I just say, it's like a bartender with the seltzer water just holding the glass at arm's length. Just spraying it in. And what she's got is she just pulls out the squeezy bottle and she pulls out a glass and just does that thing where I line it up and then I just pull it away as I'm squeezing it. It just makes this beautiful arch of orange
And you
juice.
see this amazing predatory smile on her face. And I know what you were doing.
What were you doing?
Honey?
With another patient in your room when neither of you should be in each other's rooms.
At all.
At all.
Thanks. Dr. Barton tells me you need to drink this, okay?
This specific drink that I've made for you casually runs the orange juice back into it, tips it straight up so it's not, leaking anymore. Flourishes the glass so it swirls a bit. Puts the little squeezy, pops it closer, puts it back in a fanny pack, and just fronts it at you, right in front of Rena. Just boink it in your face. You need to drink this.
It's for you.
Oh, yeah. We immediately make the mug gesture, like for dear life, clamping both hands around this glass. I try not to stammer as I speak.
Oh, we're setting up to not stammer.
A task? Yes. I hold the glass for dear life. I'll drink that in front of me. Thanks, Louisa. Really, exactly what I needed in this moment.
Just for today.
Louisa doesn't seem to notice anything awkward.
She's probably walked in on worse.
That's really good.
She is a sex worker.
Because, as far as I know from the context of the meta of this game, since it's my nurse girlfriend, Rena's still a nurse sex worker. She's just chronically ill right now, and in the hospital she works at. So I can still hit on her, right? She's off the job. But I can still hit on her off hours, right? No. The answer is no. Customer service doesn't have to serve you when they're not serving.
Thanks.
Nothing awkward here.
And I'm out. See you later.
Her swings in. Oh, look, an interruption.
I wasn't listening at the door or anything. Honestly, I find that to be one of the most, creepy things that I have seen grown-ass adults do in a game.
Listening
and I
at
suddenly
doors.
had Twilight flashbacks.
Oh, God, there's so much listening at doors.
It's fine.
All right, out she goes. She exits the room.
And more is just the fact of basically Edward spending his time with his magical mind powers overhearing literally everyone. Because he can.
On every conversation ever. Honestly, so I have a couple of psychic characters, or a few psychic characters in my D&D ventures and such like that, right? And you know what? None of them are assholes that just eavesdrop on every single person's mental experience just because they can. So what I have to say is my interpretation of Edward, having been adopted by his dad, Carlisle, has not been raised to be a considerate or thoughtful being who respects the autonomy and privacy of others. So while they're all like, we're vegetarian vampires and we respect the humans, it's like, you know what? You don't, though. Really? Hot take, Carlisle, not a good dad, not teaching good ethics to your kids.
Which is actually what I was going to say, is that he's presented as an excellent dad, and he's, sunshine, sparkle of the world, everybody loves him, that kind of thing. They made him kind of spicy in the movie, and I was impressed. And
You were proud of that.
I was like,
very
oh,
happy.
you look a little good.
Hot dads are good.
I was not expecting
More like
that.
hot adults are good because
Yeah.
a lot of people really tend to focus on youth.
Yeah.
So it's really important to understand that older people can be as hot as they would like to be.
Mm-hmm. But I just was like, yeah, it's kind of weird of going like, why is he such a rude ass motherfucker? Well, you can't be in his head, yet you can have, long conversations with people in regards to what they are and are not doing, and going, okay, we've understood your powers, because every vampire's got their unique powers and abilities, and we're going to spend our time basically going, we're going to help you, we're going to talk about the potential ethical and social ramifications of, your powers and your abilities, and
get you internally motivated to be a kind and considerate person, since we can't be inside you policing you in the standard parenting model. So instead, we'll just teach you good goddamn manners, And that starts with understanding that people are people, that you might not like everyone reading your private thoughts, and so maybe you won't do it to them. But not in a way of, I'm going to force this on you, but like instilling the belief and the understanding by having sympathy for other people.
And also just respecting literally other people's autonomy and consent.
Like, and rather than walking up to people, hey, can I read your mind? Them, what? No. Someone else, oh my God, sure. Like, they told me yes.
Them.
Going to dad.
All right, fair.
Being like, I have asked. At least 15 people said yes, and I am reading their soap operas regularly because they told me yes.
And they might... But do they understand what they were agreeing to?
Oh, shit. Dad, why do you always make things complicated?
Because
I'm more powerful than them. Oh, that doesn't matter, because that's an ableistic view. And actually, even if you were a normally abled person who was not a superpowered vampire, it would be inappropriate to take advantage of that privilege so that you could,
lord it over people?
Over other people, or invade other people's space when they were less privileged. Sort of like us just invading Rena's space.
Yeah.
Because, she may or may not have had any amount of strength to resist what we were doing at all.
Yeah.
Bye!
But again, if you're going to write that kind of game or
just
write that kind of story...
Lean in, it's fine.
That's the thing I think, again, still bugs me, and I still keep thinking about it, going, I'm going to write my nurse girlfriend, and what are we doing? We are focusing on Rena.
Who, as far as we know, is genuinely not a nurse of any kind.
Yes, that is just us trying to deal with the fact that this is literally called My Nurse Girlfriend. This doesn't make any sense at all.
Nope. Also, they're like, date a sexy nurse, which is the pitch for the game. And the reason, one of the primary things we get annoyed at games for is when they pitch themselves in a way that does not feel accurate to us.
Yes.
Where they're like, you will be dating the sexiest of nurses. And you go, cool, this is a nurse dating game. And then you meet one of the love interests. And you go, if it's a nurse dating game, the love interests are nurses. But they're not.
But yeah, they're not.
I turned to look at Rena. She seems to be avoiding my eyes.
With his great,
soft,
lovely,
gentle, wonderful
smile.
grin. With a soft, lovely face. A portrait of sadness.
God, that was so funny.
However, there is a smile on her face. She clearly liked the violation of her space.
It was great.
If she's happy that happened the way it did, then I'm happy too. No thinking that she might just be happy it's over. This has got to be the blushy blushy. I liked that. Not the blushy blushy awkward. Or that we've been watching recently, Maid Sama, and the blushy blushy, I am deeply uncomfortable, but this is coded as a familiar romantic narrative, so that must be what it is, even though I've just told you were violating my boundaries and I didn't like it. And now that I'm blushing and you point out that I'm blushing, I go, shit, does that mean it's romantic?
That's sort of like, what is it called? The autonomic response, whatever it is. The response where your body just responds to a thing, but you yourself are not actually interested.
It's a stimulus response.
It's a stimulus response, I guess. But the thing is that people have been like, oh, well, you enjoyed this, your body reacted, your body betrays you, which actually happens in Maid Sama, and I wanted to hurt somebody.
It also happens in anime a lot. There's this trope of going, your body is being honest. And the thing is it's important to understand that the body is a biological thing. While it is, you and your body are one functioning creature. There is your higher cerebral functioning brain, and then there is the autonomic and basically a lizard brain function of your body, if you will.
Yes.
Your body is a mammal. You are a cerebral creature that functions as a mammal, okay?
Yeah.
So someone can literally be like, I will poke your body and give you tickle experiences. And your body can say, tickle feels good because he. And because that's what your nerves are doing. And you can go, fucking hell, I do not like you touching me and I don't want that. And they're like, but you're laughing.
Yeah, and
Or
go,
they can
stop.
do the, I have stimulated you and you have had a physiological response, whatever your equipment may be. Therefore, your body is being honest about what you want. And you're going, okay, look, me is my brain, and it doesn't matter that you have an experience of my body doing something. My brain is what decides.
Yes.
And you know what? If I'm lying to you about not being interested in what your opinion of interest is, that's my right to do that. And my body having a response doesn't mean that I'm interested.
There's also many people who actually do specifically lie, going, yep, I had a great time, because they're just trying to either end the interaction, they're afraid of your response, or they're afraid of basically social, backlash.
They've done some really great studies with girls and their sexual experiences. And since Rena is a girl in this game, we're going to talk about that real quick. And there was a lovely TED Talk done on it in reference to basically young girls and like their sexual awakening and their original, like their initial sexual relationships. And that with a lot of girls, the bar is extremely, extremely low, where they're basically like, if I have a sexual interaction with him and it doesn't hurt me somehow, it was a good ass interaction and was amazing. Either an emotional or physical hurt. So either he didn't force me in a way and violate my boundaries, or it didn't cause physical pain, or I wasn't scared of him. Good sex!
Yay! And we're assuming this in regards to cis individuals.
Yes, we're
interacting with
talking
each other.
about girls with vaginas interacting with boys with dicks in this case.
Yes.
We're talking a very cis hetero experience of young women, and that was what was surveyed.
Yes.
So thank you for that distinction. I was saying, but the thing was, there's a lot of them that will be like, yeah, it was a great time because the bar is so low.
Yes.
And the bar is low because they're trying to protect themselves.
And then I feel also really bad because we have the socialized experience where guys then get really aggressive and go, women lie all the time. And it's like, because they're afraid, or that because literally the bar is that low. And sometimes guys going, I'm great at this thing, and when some woman finally goes, no, actually, you're really bad at this and I don't like it, and sometimes they get aggressive or abusive, or they get emotionally, basically manipulative or whatever it is, because you have no idea about my history.
You have attacked their masculinity, and society says that is all they have.
Yeah.
So, problems on both sides, but again, you cannot at all take a smile as an indication that a person had a good time if you do not know that person.
Especially in the United States. So oh God, there was this lovely Vine that I saw. Do you remember, friend, where there was this person going, how white people smile? Where they were walking around this office and they were like, hi, and they were greeting these
customer service smile, basically.
And it's the polite cat smile.
Yeah.
And they're like, what the fuck, when white people do that smile or whatever the hell it was. And it was just all these people looking at it going, and and it's just over and over again of and even if some people do genuinely just, I smile, and it means nothing because that's just what they're doing.
It's the response you do. There was one person that talked about being in customer service and how someone had asked her for her number, and she's like, no, I'm on the job, I'm not interested. And he's like, you smiled at me, and she's like, I smile at everyone. And then apparently what he did was he sat down and watched her for about 2 hours serve customers at a counter and just checking to see if she does do it. And then he got in line again and came up to her and said, that is fucked up, girl. You smile at every goddamn person. What the hell's wrong with you? And then walked out.
Yep.
And going, that is what you're trained in customer service? Holy crap. Some people don't smile in customer service, but a lot of us who have been trained to be really polite, especially those who have been raised as women, get this impression that it is disarming to smile and we're trying to look non-threatening so that you won't attack us.
And that's also the polite thing to do, is to smile. That's the warm, friendly thing
That's
to do.
why everyone goes, why aren't you smiling? You'd be so much prettier if you smile, because it's like you're not being friendly to me if you're not smiling, basically.
Yep.
All right, she's happy, then I'm happy.
By the way, Mr. Tomorrow, it's your turn to come into my room.
So you know how I went into your room today and something interesting happened? Tomorrow you come to my room and I will make the rules.
Then I will have the rules.
Whoa.
Yes.
I.
And I will set them out, and then I will have them clearly demarcated on the wall, and you will understand exactly what is going on.
And you will obey them.
I have a surprise for you. She looks so, like, like this blank
Guarded.
face
Looks
is
a
like
bit guarded. Like I am standoffish.
Yes.
A surprise?
But that's also
For
okay.
me?
So I feel like that is also kind of like telling in regards to how we've been socialized too. Our first response is to go, oh, she looks either like she's angry or that she's standoffish, which is
Right.
a thing we just literally covered actually in regards to how women sometimes are characterized of going, you're not smiling and you don't look friendly. But to me, I'm like, especially considering how this character seems to be styled and the way that you choose to draw the image, because all of these are chosen deliberate lines for the most part. Because some people just draw things without thinking after you get used to it after for so long.
Well, and with these ones, you're not drawing every face. You're just popping them in again. That's how you're doing your,
But I'm just like, like, it's interesting to go, okay, is it the blank face? Like, this is the stare face, this is the go off, zone out face.
Which one is the zone out face? Which one is the judging you face? Which one is the flat face? Which one is the I'm thinking face?
Yeah. So anyway, we can have a surprise
In
for
the
Mr.
next one.
Yes. So thank you very much, guys, then for joining us. If you like what we do, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And please also feel free to go check out our Ko-Fi or our Patreon. We've got some links in the description down below. Please also feel free to share our videos if you're having a good time with us. And other than that, I have been Scandal.
I bet the surprise is that she actually has other clothes. And
I'm not nude under
have
these.
been lies. And it
was great playing with you.
Bye!